Good day, fellow citizens of Emerald City. I'm Dirkle, and welcome back to my survival Let's Play. In the last episode, we did some end busting, got lots of shulkers, got a few elytra. But today, we're back at the city, and we're going to build it up a little bit more. As you can see, I've been excavating some air around here, and I've got rid of a lot of trees, been mining up a lot of trees. And let me show you some of the resources that I've gathered now that we can go out and collect a lot of stuff. This is all of the wood from around here, or the oak at least. Got a lot of glass, sandstone, basalt, sand, blackstone for our roads, gravel, cobble, stone, more sand, and clay because we haven't found a mesa yet. And this was the hardest to get, but I completely dug up the swamp that's over there. So at the moment, something that we need, now we have the elytra, is firework rockets. And here's my chest. I have been collecting quite a bit of gunpowder, but I've been doing that by just fighting creepers at night. So I think I'll show you how difficult it's been for me to get gunpowder. We'll just wait for night time. And then we'll talk about what we're going to do to make it a lot easier to get some gunpowder. And so this is how I've been getting my gunpowder, really. I just charge around at night time. Bow and sword in hand. Kill all these creepers that I can. Sometimes get blown up. And yeah, I just run around. I've got loot in 3, so we pick up quite a few. I really like having the bow in the off... Oh god, I keep getting shot. Really like having the bow in the offhand. Being able to double up and use each. Sometimes take on some skeletons. You don't really need to though. And I just sort of dodge around the zombies because they can get quite annoying. You don't really need any skeletons or bones. But just, yeah, look. So we've got a juicy number of creepers over here. Pick them off a little bit from distance. Take 2 shots or so. Fire off from the hip. Sometimes get shot, but I think we still get... Oh! I think we still get the looting effect as well. Didn't get him. But our armor's so good that... Oh no, it blew up my gunpowder. The armor's so good that we don't take any damage really from these guys, and we've got plenty of time to get away. Go away, spider. Get a nice bit of XP as well, but that's not really why we're out here. We're out here for these We're out here for these camouflage boys. And we pick up a pretty nice amount, but this isn't good for long-term creeper farming. And this is also how I'm picking up a lot of these zombie villagers. So I just lure them over. Fortunately, we've got one that's picked up a bit of string, and if I can kill this guy behind him, then we can just bring him over a little bit closer to our base. If he stops hitting me, and we can just dig him into a hole with the rest of the guys. Go away. Keep coming, zombie. This one we got was a nitwit, which was a bit of a waste of time. We'll get him in here. Still a bit more line up that we need to do. We got him in. I'm sure I got some blocks that I can keep him in there with. Let's just sort this guy. Got a couple of grass blocks. Go away. Go away. Go away. Got a little bit of dirt as well. So he'll just stay there. He's got some string, and we can carry on creeper hunting, which so far has netted us 34. So we're doing pretty well, but this is not the long-term solution. Night's over, 45 gunpowder, not too bad, and it's raining, which means... he is in there. I'm pretty sure he's just invisible, the Optifine glitch. So, aha, perfect. So he returns, and we can cure him, cover him up, and then we'll put him in another hole like we have with these guys. He'll definitely have a job, maybe another farmer. And so I think the most effective way to get our gunpowder would be to build a creeper farm, and I'm thinking we're going to build a nice big creeper farm next to this building going all the way over here. But before we do that, I think I'm going to need to build a super smelter, because I've got some bits that I will need to smelt for sure. I've got sandstone and the clay to make terracotta on this one, so thinking we'll just make a real simple super smelter. What's that? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect. So we'll just dump all of these on here. You know how these things work, they're super easy. We're not going to keep this one here for a long time, this is just going to be a short term one. We'll move it along, got other plans for what's going to go here, but we need to get a lot of stuff smelting, and we need to get it smelting quickly. And to make sure I tear this down, I've made it out of dirt, so it won't stay forever, but I'm pretty sure it should work. And it's not, it's not the best put together thing, because I have to come around the back here. We will build a proper super smelter at some point, that needs to go, otherwise it's going to fill up this one too much. But we've got it going in there, and then likewise we might as well set this off first. And we're going to put probably that much clay in, we don't want to overfill it right away. That will go in, that will start, yeah, there we go, so they're all cooking up. Should evenly distribute. See, that one's got a bit more fuel in it. Ooh, that's why, let's get that out of there. That will start filling up as well. So we'll get our clay cooked up first, a little bit quickly whilst we're preparing the area. Then we'll start with where is it? The sandstone. But I think we probably want to start the redstone part of this one first. And I'm going to go for a bit of a different, I'm going to try and create my own creeper farm design here, which I think will also be a spider farm, because we're going to use water. But I'm not going to use, sort of the Nemon design, the flushing and things. Are going to have a couple of floors with big spawnable areas and trapdoors letting water in, so the concept's not exactly new, but I think it should give us maximum spawning space for lots and lots of creepers. Okay, here is the spawner so far, or the grinder so far. We've got a little bit of redstone in there. I'll take you up and let you take a look. This is obviously just what's going on the inside of the building, so I'm using cobblestone just because it's the block that I can get the most out of. And I kind of put the terracotta along here so we can see where the exterior of the building's going to be. But I'll walk you through what we've got so far. So we come up here. Obviously this is for creepers and spiders, so we need it to be ever so slightly shorter, with the trapdoors to block the spawns of the zombies and skeletons. Then we've got these spawning platforms here, which are 4 deep and I think 13 wide. And so it's on a hopper clock, so when those go off, these go on, and vice versa. So they can always spawn on here when they're being washed off this platform, and then they can start spawning on here when the other mobs start getting washed off there. I'm not sure how high there it is, you can see it happening. I'm not sure how high we're going to go. It's a lot of wood. These fence gates are expensive. The trapdoors are really expensive, so I think I can probably only afford 3 floors, even with that whole chest of oak wood. But we'll see, maybe I can squeeze in a few more. I was going to flex and do it with iron trapdoors, but I just don't have enough. I think that's going to give us a lot of spawning areas if we do 3 levels. There's going to be 4 of these spawning platforms on each level. And then maybe we'll have some empty space at top, because I would like it to be taller than that building, especially because it's quite wide. Let's see if I can show you the redstone. Redstone's really simple, it's just these torches power these lines. You see this one's powered, it powers all the way down there. And let's see if we can get down to the rest of it. Yeah, we can. So we'll just jump down here. So, got standard hopper clock, which powers this block and this block. This one goes off over here. Repeater to carry on the signal goes into that one and that one. And exactly the same system on the other side. So I've only got to do this bit once. It will be a torch tower for the rest of the height. So, whoop, rocket gone there. So it'd just be like this all up the other side. And I think redstone looks so much better when you do a one-coloured wall. I mean, it's only one circuit, so we'll only have one coloured wall. But I think it's starting to to look good, and it will look a little bit better on the inside instead of it just being cobblestone. Not that we should have to come in here other than to collect our gunpowder and our creepers. It'll take a bit of fall damage, and then they'll burn up quite quickly on that. We'll get a minecart hopper underneath. So I'm going to carry on building this up, next couple of platforms, and then we'll probably come back when we're ready to do the exterior of the building. I built up the second layer, and it's got me thinking, I think this will probably do me for now. We are running dangerously low. I think that's all the cobble I've got. I had to go get some more. So I might just slab up the roof for now. And then we've always got the option in the future to add more layers on. The building's going to be plenty big enough. So I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to leave the redstone tower up here so we can add another layer. But between these, there's 1, 2, well, there's 8, isn't there? 8 spawning platforms. Yeah, I think that's pretty big. So yeah, I'm just going to slab over the roof so we don't get any iron golems spawning on here. And then we should start getting creepers and stuff coming through. The roof has been slabbed and we have, I think, got some creepers and things in here. Let's take a look. I finished off some of the redstone stuff. We've got 2 chests here. You may notice some new colours. So first let's take a look at the creeper and spider farm. I AFK'd here whilst I went and had some dinner. And I think it's fair to say the rates are pretty good. That's not good though. We've got some arrows in there, which means I honestly don't know where they could have spawned. That's not a good sign, but there must just be one space, I suppose, that I've missed a trapdoor on. Oh well. And then we've this chest around here. So I've made a sugarcane farm. Not a very big sugarcane farm. It's not going to be the main sugarcane farm for the world. Just this little one here, which should be hopefully good enough for our rockets, I'm hoping. It's just wrapping around the side of the creeper and spider farm. So it didn't really take too long. Quite expensive in terms of resources, just the pistons and observers. I've got an observer over each one. So we are well and truly out of cobblestone. We will have to collect some more. But I think this should probably be good for our rocket needs, at least. This one building. That is, how many stacks is that? 3, 6, 9, 12, 12 and a half, 13 and a half stacks of rockets we'll get from that. And we're definitely overproducing on the gunpowder, which is a good thing. So this will be our rockets, and don't think I'm going to need to add those other levels there. We'll see maybe when it comes to getting TNT. But how much is in here? So each one's enough for, I think, 2 stacks of TNT each row. So we can get 6 stacks of TNT out of that, as well as having enough for our rockets. I am pretty happy with that. But we've got to start now thinking about covering this thing up. And I do have a general plan, but I think we'll probably just make up a lot of the building as we go along, and so we probably won't do it in a time lapse. We'll try and put this together and then maybe go into a time lapse to finish it off once we've got an idea for it. So let me get some bits together and we can start assembling this place. So here's what I'm thinking for basic design. I've done some texturing on the lower half. I haven't done on the top half. I think that's a good height for us. And obviously this has got to go all the way around, so it's a very big building. We'll do some sort of entrance here, but otherwise we'll tile this design, so it'll be 2 on this side, 4 on this side, or maybe 2 on this side and then a big entrance at the middle. and then 2 on the back side. We'll have a building here, but it won't be pressed right against this. There's a couple things I want to try out. You can hear the creepers burning in there. So I wanted to try and swap these out for black stone stairs instead. I don't know if that's going to be too much. And I want to try trapdoor shutters here. So we'll get those in. And we'll go up, we'll fly around, and we'll take a look at from distance. And if we like this, well then we can maybe start that time-lapse music rolling. But I don't want to jump into it just yet. And I also think I've somehow, even with all of those shulker boxes of goods, still miscalculated how many blocks this is going to be. This is going to be an incredibly expensive building. So let's keep going up here. Okay, that's quite a few to replace. So there's all the black stone in. Let's find out how we get down here. Desperate need of a haste beacon because this is too long to tower down. We can't afford to lose any of that terracotta. But we'll take a look at this from a little bit of distance. No shutters up top because those windows are really, really narrow. But let's fly up and have a look. I'm not too sure about the black stone. I like the shutters. But I suppose maybe the sandstone drew the eye a bit too much there, and there's definitely enough sandstone already in this building. So let's step back here, which is probably a good viewing area. And I think we'll go with that. So I'm going to get a few more materials together. You won't have to come along for that, but let's get that time-lapse music rolling and get this thing all built up. Well, this is awkward. Replay footage of half the building didn't make it. Not sure why, but I have finished. And I'm sorry to say the time-lapse missed out probably the most important part, which was the front. So there it is. Let's get a better look maybe over on this tree. So here we are. That's the building. I think it looks pretty good. I'm happy with it. And we'll take a look at some of the other angles. It's just about the biggest that we have, and I think it looks quite square, but it's not. It's definitely is taller than it is wide, and it is pretty wide. Let's take a look at the other angles, which you saw in the time lapse. This side here, which I think definitely gives more of a, not a skyscraper, but tall building vibe. And round the back here, it's a lot more flat here. That was just constraints with fitting everything in. I couldn't fit it all in just because of the creeper farm that's in the way there. And we also have an angle round here, although this was nice and easy, there wasn't too much to fill in there. So I'm pretty happy with the building. We've not got a door on it yet because I've been thinking piston door probably would be best. I want to keep this sort of grand door here, but it's pretty tight in here to get a piston door in, so maybe I can, but I think you'll see a bit of the piston from the wall. so we might have to change something around there. But you might be hearing things die, so let's take a look. Sugarcane. That's pretty good, I think, for the sugarcane farm. As I said, it's just a really small sugarcane farm. And gunpowder is coming in, and that's without AFKing, but I do have that AFK spot up the top, which should only load in this place. But it's pretty. I think I've got all of the caves underground, or most of them. And I've not lit up all of the surface, but I tend to sleep at night, so we don't get caught by them then. So I think we've got everything but this area done now, really, in the city. And I have some plans, but I'm thinking against having a building now. Maybe something smaller, which will free us up some room to start spreading out the city round here. So we've got one set of roads in. So we want to bring it out here. We want to bring it out quite a lot this side, definitely all the way up to the ocean over here. So there's a lot to come out this side, and for sure up here as well. Definitely gonna need to cut down even more trees. I've cut down enough, so I at least want it to come over here, but probably a bit further this way. And out here I've got some ideas as well, especially with this big bit of river biome here. We can definitely put something nice in there, be it a squid farm or indeed a drowned farm, but one step at a time. So I think that's probably going to do it for us today. So I thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the episode, hope you liked the build, and now that we're going to be able to fly around lots, we'll be able to unlock a lot of other parts of the game. It's going to open up a lot to us. So yeah, thanks for watching. Bye bye.